Alright everyone, I bet you don't know this. Plants can make their own food. Imagine skipping every meal forever and ever by just making their own food. Yeah, that's what plants do because they are producers. Producers means that they can make their food on their own without searching with the supplies. I don't mean that you cook food yourself, that you already have food without buying them. And the animals, all the living things that take food, take supplies by hunting, by buying things, and they are called consumers, relying on other things to get food. So, do you know the process of a plant making food on their own? And that's photosynthesis. That's a big word, isn't it? Photo is a Greek word of light, and synthesis is a Greek word of putting together. That means photosynthesis means that putting light together. Weird. So, here, photosynthesis needs light, sunlight, rain, water, and carbon dioxide. So, first, in the plants, there are leaves, and there's little holes in the leaf called stomata. You spell it stomata, okay? S-T-O-M-A-T-A. So, the stomata is kind of like the nose and mouth, the mouth of the plants, and how it breathes. Because plants do breathe, they're living things. And they breathe in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. So, the leaves contain tiny pigments, and those pigments are chloroplast. And the chloroplast take carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. And all of those things are turned into sugar and oxygen. The oxygen is given out to the atmosphere, and that's why atmosphere is made of most oxygen, and the sugar is for food. So now, inside the chloroplast is another pigment called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment that absorbs a lot of red and blue light, but that only reflects green light, and that makes most plants green. There are other things, other pigments like that, which gave plants colors, like anthocyanins that make them red, xanthophyll green, and another keratin, I don't remember, but there's three of them are still the same kind. So now, here is the balance of the photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide plus water turns into glucose plus oxygen equal, and it looks like an aerobic cellular respiration. Also to the same, glucose plus oxygen turned into carbon dioxide plus water plus 6H2O. I don't know what that is, plus ATP. Yeah. So now, in conclusion, some people believe, why people believe? Because scientists are trying to make us humans be photosynthetic, which means we can skip lunch and dinner forever, just absorbing, just using light water and carbon dioxide. And then we'll plant and be green, eat just only sugar. Yeah, but that's and not kidding. And it's no fiction, it's the future. So people would get a nap on people would like be solar panels, and they would sleep out in the sun. And but there's one thing I didn't like about it, because if you are like a plant, you need light, and if you don't have light when you go to sleep, when it is dark, from full 8 hours, that's the maximum time you don't have light. Well, you think be rotten? Nobody like that, right? Now, okay. Here's a fun fact. You know, plants are very important to the earth. If there aren't plants, none of the living things can survive, because plants is a part of nature that gives us oxygen, but ocean gives more, much more. But if there's no plants, there's the ocean. But if we miss one part, for example, if you in the piece of puzzle and you lost a piece, can you finish the puzzle? No, right? And that's the same experiment if you don't have plants. So plants are called the lungs of the earth, even if they don't produce as much oxygen as the ocean, because like the earth breathes in using the plants and oceans. So now, have you understand about photosynthesis? Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Okay, very well. I have a question, just a small question. Do you know what how can I say, when was there the first photosynthesis
Plankton.
ever in the earth? Can you answer that question, please?
That's easy. It's plankton in the ocean. And I'll tell you about the second mass extinction because of plankton. Now, here, when there is too much a thing, it is not good. And back in the times, billion of years ago, there were too much plankton in the ocean that make the thick soup rot. If they rot, there are two negative effects of the ocean. First, if if they rot, it will have water pollution, and worse than that, no oxygen. And that's why a lot of species of animals die, like the giant monster Dunkleosteus and Nautilus. Okay.